The request is denied. Their absence would increase risk.
Wait, did Camille actually just hit the factory reset button on the entire population of Silo 18? I mean, seriously. Hey everyone, welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host Spoiler Master. We have to talk about Silo Season 3, Episode 6. This episode was an absolute roller coaster. We've got political betrayals, a heart-wrenching family reveal, and we finally get a massive look at what's happening in the outside world. There is so much to unpack here, so grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's dive into this madness together. Bernard isn't the monster we thought. Alright, let's start with the drama in the silo. We open with Camille confronting Robert. Now, Robert tries to play it off with this, honestly, kind of a stupid lie about how Juliet slipped away. You can just tell Camille isn't buying it. She doesn't fire him because she needs him, but she basically puts him on a leash. She tells him to spend time with Anthony. But let's be real, she's just making sure Robert is exactly where she can see him if the algorithm decides to freak out. She even tells Emerson to keep an eye on him. It's that classic, I trust you, but I'm watching you through a telescope vibe. But then, we get the reunion. Bernard is alive. Now, this part was actually kind of sweet, but also super weird. We've got Lucas and Kennedy just staring at him in total shock. And the dynamic between Bernard and Martha, it's giving me major Loki vibes. You know, the Marvel character. We're talking about a guy who is capable of mass murder, but he's being framed as this goofy, important figure who's somehow being redeemed. It's a wild pivot, right? Why saving Silo 17 matters so much. Just as they're getting settled, Juliet crashes the party, and she's not just visiting. She's back with her memory. She starts dropping bombs about the safeguard protocol and this poison pipe that can wipe everyone out whenever the people in Silo 1 feel like it. It's basically a giant delete key for the whole colony. Now, this is where it gets technical, but bear with me. Lucas had been tracking these pipes in the mines, and Bernard reveals the big secret. The line from IT is connected directly to Silo 1. That's why IT stays lit even when the generators die. It's a direct power line from the gods upstairs, which means that the pipe in Judicial, yeah, that's the one they use for the safeguard protocol. It's all connected. But here is where Juliet shows her growth. To save a frail Bernard from being moved again, she actually surrenders herself to Camille. But she's not just giving up, she's playing the long game. She tells Camille, "Take me somewhere without cameras." And once they're alone, she lays it all out. She wants to save the survivors from Silo 17. Camille thinks it's preposterous, but Juliet plays her ace card. She reminds Camille that the public loves her. If Camille doesn't let her make the request to the algorithm, Juliet will basically start a revolution. Talk about high stakes. So, they go to the vault. The algorithm says no at first, but Juliet makes a deal. She's willing to take the memory suppression drugs and give them to the kids from Silo 17, just so they aren't seen as a threat. It's a heartbreaking compromise, but it works. Juliet basically tells Camille, "Look, you can treat me like your puppet mayor, but I am getting those kids back." That is some serious strength of will right there. But guys, we have to talk about Camille. She is spiraling. She has this absolute meltdown in the vault, venting about how she's failing as a mother, a wife, and a leader. The algorithm, which is a computer, mind you, actually tries to empathize with her. It tells her to take a break. But does Camille take a break? Nope. She goes full villain mode. She realizes that if she can't stop the rescue mission to Silo 17, she'll just erase everyone's memory. She decides to dump vitamin D into the water supply. Think about that for a second. She is literally wiping the slate clean for everyone in the silo. Everyone forgets who they are, what they're fighting for, everything. It's absolutely criminal. Paul and Knox arguing. While that's happening, we've got the B-plot with Paul and Hank. They're hunting for a bulb thief and Orla's killer. This leads to a really tense confrontation between Paul and Knox. Now, Paul is just pushing every single button Knox has. It almost turns into a full-blown brawl before Shirley and Hank have to physically pull them apart. But then, we get a really human moment. Knox opens up to Shirley about his dad. Turns out, his father was a thief and a total jerk who spent most of his time in the mines for breaking the pact. Knox is terrified that he's just like him. And then, the gut punch. Knox goes to the mines to find his father, and Ed tells him that his dad died 2 years ago. Man, that just adds such a layer of tragedy to Knox's character, doesn't it? Senator Thurman's plan to save the world. Finally, let's switch gears to the outside world. Helen and Daniel are trapped in that terrifying auto-driving van that just keeps getting faster. It's like a horror movie on wheels. They're trying everything to stop it, but it's clear someone is remotely controlling the vehicle. We get some great character development here. 2. Helen reveals why she was fired from the Post. She committed journalistic fraud, but it was actually to protect the source, a girl named Jillian. She took the fall to save someone else. See the parallel? She's just like Juliet. They both sacrificed their own reputation or freedom to save others. The episode ends with a massive cliffhanger. They're escorted by police to a hangar where they meet Senator Thurman, and she asks them, get this, if they want to save the world. Now, let's theorize for a second. Why them? Well, Daniel is a master of drilling. If you want to build giant underground silos to save a chunk of the population from nuclear war, you need a guy like Daniel. And Helen, she's a pro at propaganda. To get the public to fund and build these things, you need a journalist who can spin a narrative of imminent doom. But here's the real kicker. I bet Thurman and Henry are the ones who took down Charlotte's squadron. I think they used the same nanotech to hijack the van and the planes, just to test the tech and then use the attack as a way to scare Daniel and Helen into working for them. It's a total setup. Our nerdy thoughts. And for the theorists out there, the PEZ dispenser ended up in Silo 18. That is the smoking gun that connects these two timelines and locations. Everything is converging. So, what do you guys think? Is Camille beyond redemption after the memory wipe? Are Helen and Daniel going to be tricked into building the very prisons they're currently fighting against? Let me know your theories in the comments. I read as many as I can and I want to see if I missed anything. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the recap for the next episode. We are getting so close to the truth, and I cannot wait to figure this out with you all. Stay curious, stay hyped, and I'll see you in the next one.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.